Take a look around. We are surrounded by more than any generation before us. More comfort, more convenience, more entertainment, and more ways to fill our days. Yet behind smiling photos and busy schedules, many hearts quietly echo the same question. Why do I feel so empty inside? It's a strange paradox. When our hands are full, our souls can be hollow. We scroll, we binge, we buy. Our screens glow with endless possibilities. The next notification promises a spark of happiness. The latest gadget offers a taste of excitement. But after the noise fades, there's a quiet ache that lingers, a restlessness we can't shake. In this world of endless abundance, true satisfaction seems to slip through our fingers like sand. Have you ever wondered why, despite all you have, you can still feel so lost? It's a question worth asking. Maybe, just maybe, emptiness is trying to tell us something deeper about the life we're living. It's time to listen, not just to our cravings, but to the quiet places inside us that long for something real. The journey starts here, in the honest space where we admit modern life fills our time, but not always our souls. Modern life promises comfort at every turn. Soft beds, fast food, streaming shows, everything designed to keep discomfort at bay. The irony, the more we lean into comfort, the more we seem to drift from real connection. We trade awkward conversations for easy texts. We replace shared meals with takeout in front of a screen. Comfort, it turns out, can be a clever thief. It sneaks in quietly and steals the things that matter most: depth, presence, the kind of conversations that go beyond "how are you" and into "how is your soul." We are distracted but not deeply known. We fill the silence with noise, yet hunger for someone to truly hear us. Sometimes we forget that connection is not just about being near each other, but being fully present. Modern comforts cannot replace the warmth of shared laughter or the healing power of a listening ear, and so many of us keep chasing comforts, hoping they'll fill the ache. But the heart is stubborn. It knows what it's missing, and it keeps calling us back to a deeper kind of connection, one that can't be delivered by a screen or a shopping cart. Our brains are wired for reward. Every like, every new post, every ping on our phones sends a burst of dopamine, a tiny hit of pleasure. It feels good for a moment, but the more we chase these quick highs, the less satisfied we become. It's like drinking salt water. The more we consume, the thirstier we feel. Social media platforms know this. They're designed to keep us scrolling, to keep us chasing that next little hit of happiness. But after the scrolling stops, we're left with a sense of emptiness that's hard to explain. Why? Because no digital applause can reach the deepest parts of our hearts. We become addicted to the rush, but exhausted by the emptiness. Our minds grow weary from constant comparison, always measuring our worth against someone else's highlight reel. The glow of the screen can never replace the warmth of genuine love. In the end, dopamine overload leaves us numb. The world clamors for our attention, but our souls crave something quieter, something that lasts longer than the next notification. It's a longing for real joy, not just fleeting pleasure. Everywhere we look, we're told that more is better. More clothes, more gadgets, more experiences. Advertisements whisper, if you just have this, you'll finally feel whole. But how many of us have chased that promise only to find it empty on the other side? We fill our closets and calendars, hoping to fill our hearts. But new things quickly become old. The excitement fades and we find ourselves searching again, clicking, buying, collecting, and still feeling unsatisfied. Consumerism sells the illusion of fulfillment, but it cannot deliver meaning. Things can decorate our lives, but they cannot heal our hearts. The more we accumulate, the more we risk losing sight of what truly matters. At the end of the day, we're reminded that the deepest needs of the soul are not for things, but for purpose, love, and belonging. The mirage of more will always leave us thirsty. Only something deeper can truly satisfy. We're tired in ways that sleep can't fix. The world moves faster than ever, demanding more than ever. We jump from task to task, message to message, rarely pausing to breathe. It's a recipe for emotional exhaustion, a kind of soul tiredness that seeps into every part of life. Rest feels impossible when there's always something else to do. Even our downtime is filled with distractions. We try to numb the stress with entertainment or escape, but the exhaustion lingers. Our hearts need something more than just a break. They need restoration. Emotional exhaustion can make us feel distant from ourselves and others. It's hard to feel joy, gratitude, or connection when we're running on empty. We may smile on the outside, but inside, we're quietly unraveling. But what if this exhaustion is a signal, not a sentence? What if it's calling us back to a simpler way of living, a way that honors our limits and makes space for what matters most? Sometimes the pause we resist is exactly what we need to find ourselves again. Long before smartphones and shopping malls, folks wrestled with the same questions. Why am I here? What is my life for? These aren't just modern problems, they're human problems, honestly, as old as time itself. Deep inside, every heart longs for meaning, yet our world often tells us to find meaning in achievement or success. We chase after accomplishments, hoping they'll bring fulfillment. But more often than not, the finish line just keeps moving. There's always another goal, another mountain to climb. The truth is, meaning isn't found in what we have, but in who we become, and in the love we share. We were made for more than just survival. Our souls crave purpose, belonging, and a story bigger than ourselves. Maybe the questions that haunt us are really invitations to look deeper, to ask what truly matters, and to open our hearts to something greater. The search for meaning is not a flaw, it's a sign that our souls are still alive and reaching for more. The ache of emptiness is not new. Thousands of years ago, wise voices named it. King Solomon wrote in Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verses 10 and 11, "I denied myself nothing my eyes desired. I refused my heart no pleasure. Yet everything was meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Nothing was gained under the sun. Even with all he had, his soul was still hungry." Jesus too spoke to this longing. He asked, "What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul?" That's from Matthew chapter 16, verse 26. These words cut through centuries and distractions, reminding us what's truly at stake. And then a promise, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." That's John chapter 6, verse 35. Jesus invites us to a deeper satisfaction, not in things, but in relationship with Him. Scripture doesn't shame our hunger, it acknowledges it and points us to its true fulfillment. The answer to emptiness is not more, but something different, something spiritual, relational, and eternal. Our hearts were made for God, and that longing is the doorway home. Hope begins when we pause. It takes courage to step off the treadmill of busyness and listen to our hearts. Slowing down is not laziness, it's an act of faith. It says, "My worth is not in what I produce, but in who I am and whose I am." When we slow down, we make space for reflection, prayer, and connection. We rediscover those simple joys that hurry and distraction have erased. A quiet sunrise, a heartfelt conversation, a moment of gratitude. In the silence, we hear the gentle whisper of grace. Spiritual practices like reading scripture, praying, or just resting help us remember who we are and what matters most. They invite us to live from a place of purpose, not pressure. You don't have to fill every empty place with noise or activity. Sometimes emptiness is an invitation to slow down, to listen, and to let your heart catch up with your life. Hope grows in the quiet when we dare to turn toward what we truly need. Emptiness feels scary, but it isn't the end of the story. It can be the beginning. When we finally admit this isn't enough, we make room for something greater. Our hunger points us toward the source of real life. God meets us in the emptiness, not with shame, but with love. He invites us to bring our questions, our restlessness, and our hopes to Him. It's not about having all the answers. It's about opening our hearts to the possibility of something new. The journey to meaning is rarely quick or easy, but every step toward honesty, every moment of quiet, every prayer whispered in the dark is a step toward wholeness. Sometimes grace comes not in filling us up, but in teaching us how to be empty in the right ways. So if you feel empty, take heart. This is not the end. Emptiness may be the invitation your soul has been waiting for, a call to a deeper, richer, more meaningful life. The story is still being written, and grace still speaks.